Hey guys, Ricardo here and welcome to another blog tech tips. In today's tutorial guys, I have the MacBook here for this tutorial. This will apply to the MacBook Pros, the MacBook Neo. It doesn't really matter which MacBook, it works in all of them. And I'll be showing you how to force quit an app in your Mac. Alright, so in case you want to force quit an app, let's say for example, any app I should say, is if you have any app that's refusing to close. It could be a browser, for example, Chrome, it could be Safari, it could be iMovie, anything at all on your device. Once it's on your device, you're going to go ahead, guys, and you're going to use Activity Monitor to force close that app. All right, so force closing an app is an important skill to know, especially when you're going to be using your Mac, because one app could hang up the whole process, or of course it could be refusing to close and it would make using your device impossible. All right. So in order to find the activity monitor, you're going to go ahead, guys. You're going to hover here where it says apps. You're going to click on your apps and it's a default app. So go ahead and search for activity. So you're going to click in this area here for activity monitor. You can type it out, activity monitor. It's seen right here. All right, so you're going to launch activity monitor. It may take a while to populate with the apps that are running in the background. So of course, here are the apps that are running in the background for your activity monitor. It also shows the user. It shows various information. And of course, it will tell you about the app. All right, so you can keep track of all the apps. These are all the current apps on my device that's running. So you can know what's running. Next, what you're going to do here, guys, is you're going to find a app. Let's say, for example, Finder. Let's say Finder here is running, and let's say Finder is not responding, or maybe you need to close Finder. You go ahead, guys, and you select or highlight the application that's giving you issues. And if you look right up here, you'll see the options here to stop. You can inspect selected process, and you have some more options here that involves system diagnostics. All right, so what you can do here is hit stop, and Finder is basically the explorer of your Mac. So let's say, for example, that's not working and you need to restart it. You can go ahead and hit stop. Now, once you hit stop, and this is basically the force close procedure, you can quit the app, or in other words, close it. But of course, force stop is the more severe in cases where it's unresponsive. So go ahead and hit to force close or force quit. So we're gonna hit force quit, and of course once I hit force quit, what's gonna happen is that it should force quit. All right, so the process tends to restart, especially for Finder, so don't worry. All right, so the process has been closed, and you can do this on any app. For example, let me show you for iMovie here. I'm gonna do the same again. Usually it starts again, it will appear at the bottom of the list, and I'm gonna force quit iMovie as another example. So I'm gonna hit stop, I'm gonna hit force quit. Only force quit in cases where an app refuses to close. And as you can see here, this one is now closed, and you can see that iMovie is closed. So if it was refusing to close, it is now closed, and you can see that it's closed as it's not opening. There's no dot beneath it as these apps that are open. So you can see iMovie is now closed. All right, so we did the same to Finder as well. And once you force close or force stop, when you're finished, you can actually close out. And that's how you force stop an app on your Mac. See you in the next one, guys. Bye.